Bye bye. Okay, I really hope you can hear me. I never have much luck with these microphones, so I might talk to myself this entire video and it not be recording my voice, but it says it is, so I'm hoping it is. So it's been a while since I've done a moto vlog, so hi guys, welcome back to another Miss Rider's moto vlogs. Today we're going to talk about tips for Pillion passengers, because although I hate having Pillion passengers, I have been a Pillion passenger. I'm just getting out for a bit because it's a nice day today, and I was driving back from my sister's work when I took her this morning and realised that there was about 1 million bikers out and I wasn't. But then when I got home and decided to go out, it started raining. So that was really great. I swear it always waits for me to get my gear on, and then it will start raining. Like, it actually started pouring it down. You wouldn't even know it because it's fucking dry now. But let's get going, shall we? Oh my gosh. Literally every time I go out on this bike, I'm like, why haven't I been out?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Hi guys, it was at this point in the video that I realised that the Cardo mic was not actually connected. It was just picking up my voice through the camera because it was on the front of my helmet. So that was a bit disappointing, but it's okay because I can just do a voiceover and talk about the same things. So I'm still going to talk about tips of Pillion passengers. And so yeah, we'll get on with that. So the first tip I have is based on what I've seen a lot of people asking about when they are a Pillion passenger, and that is, where do you put your hands? And that is a really good question, because if you have never been on a bike before, then trying to figure out where your hands are supposed to go is going to be really confusing, because sometimes you might be on the back of someone that you don't want to put your arms around, or you don't know if you should put your arms around, and so you just sit without your hands on anything, which is obviously very unsafe. You can put your hands around their waist, but the best option, in my opinion, is to put your hands on the tank, because this creates stability for you and for the rider. Because when the rider brakes, you will shuffle forwards, or you will jump forwards quite a bit, which means you're going to squish the biker into the tank. So if you have your hands on the tank, you can push off it when they brake to stop yourself from sliding forwards, and it just gives you that bit of extra stability. Pre-warning, this next bit is going to be quite loud because it is switching back to the camera audio for a little bit. Okay, we are back. I have now got petrol. I'm also going on a ride tomorrow, so I felt like I needed to get a bit of riding in before that. There's sand on the floor. So, hello, I am back. It's me from the future. So we'll get back to talking about tips for Pillion passengers. So what I was talking about before was putting your hands on the tank when you are on the back of a bike. This also helps with not putting so much pressure on the rider's back, arms, wrists, hands, everything, because after a while it can build up pressure and it can really make their arms ache from pushing into the handlebars to hold both of you up. So if you can, then hold your own weight by putting your hands on the tank. have is don't put weight on the foot pegs whilst you are riding, and also don't take your legs off of them. Just place your legs on the pillion foot pegs, because if you put pressure on them by like standing up or just leaning down on one side, it will completely throw off the balance of the entire bike. And if you take your feet off the pillion foot pegs, it will also do the same thing, because your weight isn't distributed evenly. So make sure to have both your feet on the foot pegs, but keep them light. Don't put pressure on it, because this can cause instability for the rider, and it can cause the bike to lean or just fall straight over the way that you are putting pressure on or taking pressure off. Okay, so the next tip is lean with the rider, do not sit up straight. So this one is quite well known in the bike community, but if you are brand new to Pillion, being a pillion or being a rider, then you might not know this, but it is actually a lot easier than people might think, because if you have your arms around the rider on the tank, then you can feel and see when they're about to go around a corner, and all you got to do is move your body with their body, and maybe even a bit further than their body if you can. But obviously if you're new, then you don't have to push yourself that far. But sitting up straight can cause a lot of instability for the rider, and it can throw the bike completely off balance if you sit up straight, because obviously the rider will be leaning the way they want to go, and you'll be sat up straight or leaning the opposite way, which will completely throw off the way that the bike is leaning. It won't go that way, so this could cause the rider to not be able to make it around the bend. So just when you are on the back, just lean when they lean. It just helps them get around the corner a lot easier. Okay, so this next tip isn't so much an educational tip, it's just more comfort for you as a pillion. If you have a group of friends that all ride, and you have the choice between pillying on the back of a sports bike or pillioning on the back of an adventure or a tourer bike, go with the adventure or tourer bike, because long stints on the back of a motorbike absolutely kills your legs and your back. They will go numb, but it is a lot more comfy on the back of a tourer or an adventure bike, because you are sat upright a lot more, whereas sports bike you are sat forward and your legs are very squished up. When on tourers or adventure bikes, you're kind of sat like you sit on a chair. It's kind of like that, and sometimes they even have boxes in the back so you can lean back and get comfortable. So yeah, not so much an educational tip, just a comfort tip. Okay, so the next tip I have is hand signals. So the rider that you are pillying on the back of should tell you this. It is for your safety, so they definitely should know and tell you this when they have you on the back. But if they don't, then I will tell you, so that just so you know. So if they tap your leg and they don't tell you what that means that you need to hold on tighter, because they usually are going to speed up. If they tap their helmet, it means there is police nearby, but obviously if you're a pillion, that doesn't really mean anything to you because you're not the one riding. I'd say the tapping the leg one is the most important when you're a pillion, but if you are able to, a comm system is a really good idea, because then they can tell you everything that they're doing, where they're going, when they're going to speed up, and whatever else they need you to. So if you can invest in an intercom system, even if it's just a basic one, that just means you can just talk to the rider. There is also the nodding at other riders or waving at other riders, but this one is obviously not essential to safety, but obviously I just wanted to put it in here so that you know. They might nod at other riders, and you can also nod or wave. I always like to wave when I'm the pillion. I wave when I'm riding, to be fair. Yeah, that one's a good one to know. So we'll move on to the next tip. So the last tip I have today is to think about who you are pillioning on the back of, because if they are a dangerous rider, if they don't tell you the hand signals, if they put ego over learning the basics of riding, then maybe pillioning on the back of them isn't a good idea. Because I have seen many videos of people who speed up when they have a pillion on the back and don't tell them, and they go flying off the back, which obviously we do not want to happen. So you need to think about who you're pillioning on the back of to ensure your safety. Obviously, if you like going fast and you know that there's riders that are safe and go fast, then that is the best option. But if they ride to impress other people and they ride above their skill level, then riding on the back of them is really not a safe idea. But obviously, I'm not telling anyone what to do. These are just tips from my experience. Okay, so that is the end of the video. I hope these tips were helpful, and I'm sure I'll probably think of another one in about 20 seconds. But for now, these are all of the tips that I can think of. And if you have any questions or you want to add any more tips, then just comment down below and I will answer as many questions as I can. And tips are always good. I don't know everything, so I'd like to see what tips you also have. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!